Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox the Axis single automatic watch winder, take a close-up look and test it out. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So the Axis single automatic watch winder rotates clockwise, counterclockwise or bidirectionally. It also has 4 turning frequencies from as low as 650 turns per day and up to 1500 turns per day. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up the box. So it comes with an instruction manual leaflet. Okay, so let's set that aside to one side. And then let's go ahead and pop out the rest of the contents of the box. Put that card insert to one side. And remove the inner box, and let's just make sure that there's nothing else hiding underneath the card packaging. Okay, so that's the box emptied out. Let's set the box to one side, and of course let's arrange the contents neatly. And let's go ahead and pop open this little box here and discover what's inside. So it is a power adapter, and just to make sure that there is nothing else left in the little box as well. So just let me move the winder to one side so you can have a clearer look at the power adapter. So it is a 3-pin UK power adapter with a DC plug. Okay, and let me undo the cable tie and show you the cable length. It's always important to note the length of the cable when it comes to sighting or placing your watch winder. Okay, and there we go. That's the cable unfurled, and that should give you some idea of the power adapter cable when it comes to positioning or setting your watch winder. Okay, and let's move on to the only other item that remains, which is the watch winder itself. Let's just make sure that there's nothing else left in this protective bag. Of course, let's set that to one side as well. And you can see the watch winder. This is the black silver model. There is a full black model that's available as well. as you can see, it is made of plastic and it's quite glossy. And there is a protective foam pad in there. Let's just leave it in there for the time being, and let me snap the lid shut right there just to make sure it doesn't pop open again. And you can see at the rear there are 4 modes at the top, or 4 settings, and then on the lower switch there are 4 settings as well. So there are 4 modes up there, and then rotations in terms of direction below, or simply just turning on the watch winder. And of course there is the plug connector there for the power adapter. And just to show you the underside as well. So it's nice to see that there are 4 round pads on the underside, and they are non-slip as well. You can see it's not sliding around at all, so good to see that. And it's also helpful when it comes to absorbing any kind of vibration that the motor might generate. Okay, so let me pop open the lid here and remove the protective foam and set that to one side, of course. And there is another sheet of protective paper, so it's nice to see that it is nicely packaged to prevent any scratches. And at the front as well, there is a protective plastic sticker, but we'll just leave that on for now. And of course on the inside there is a pad or cushion. Let's set that down to one side, and let's just pop up the watch insert or pillow. And show you what it looks like inside the depths of the watch winder. Okay, so with the cushion here, or pillow, it is spring loaded, so it will give your watch band or strap or bracelet the tension to keep it firmly in place. And of course we did remove the front fascia of the pillow, so this gives the cushion or pillow an extra depth for larger watches. Of course the front is wider as well, so there we go, just to show you a side by side. So the insert or the adapter on the right you'd use for larger watches, and on the left on its own for smaller watches. And yep, it just pops in just like that. And let me see if it snaps in place. And yes, it does. So it's nice and secure. And of course you pull it apart just like that, so doesn't require too much effort to put together or take apart. So let me just show you the full size right here, and then with the adapter apart. Okay, so let's go ahead and power up the winder, of course. But of course, let's take another look this time around without the cushion in place, without the protective padding in place. And of course, this just snaps in. And let me make sure that it is in the correct orientation. So okay, so the clips that you see, they go in the grooves of the vertical of the well or cylinder, just like that, and it stays in place, so it does snap in place. And of course we put the front in just to give it that extra size. Okay, so once again, that's the front. And let me move the adapter slightly to one side. Okay, so let's go ahead and power it up by connecting the power adapter to the rear socket. And let's just make sure that it's turned off, so that's just fine. And of course plug it in. And then now, okay, seems to be working already. And now I've just set it into the automatic mode. And you can hear that it's quite a quiet motor. And of course, let's go ahead and pop a watch in there. Let's see if I can properly turn it off this time, pushing it all the way right across to the off position in the bottom row of the mode selector. Okay, it seems to be properly stopped there, which is just fine. What we're after, open the lid just like that. Yep, closed and open. And let's go ahead and pop the pillow out from the winder. And I've got my Rolex GMT Master 2 1167 10, I think, BLNR. Or let me think. It is 116710 BLNR. That's the correct reference right there. But I think I'm struggling to get the focus on the cushion at the moment. Let me try again. There we go. So focus back on. So I have the Rolex GMT Master 2 116710 BLNR. And let's go ahead and strap it on. So it is a 40mm case size on the GMT Master 2. And of course we want to set it, make sure that the watch is properly centralized in the front, and then snapping the clasp back on just like that. And let me see if I can put the watch in a nicer position. There we go. So there we have it. The watch is properly fitted onto the pillow of the Axis single automatic watch winder, as you can see. And just let me give it a quick wipe. And let's pop the watch back into the winder. So it does snap back in place. Shut the lid. And then let's go for the clockwise rotation. Just like that. It is in the clockwise rotation now. And let's see it work. Okay, so nice and quiet. Let's go ahead and set it to the counterclockwise rotation. And let's try the last mode, which is auto. So I would think that the auto mode there would do a clockwise and counterclockwise together. In alternating rotations. Let's just watch it for a few moments, and hopefully it won't take too long before it rotates in the opposite direction. Okay, it's not much we can do in terms of keeping this video short, so we can't really observe it given that it's still rotating in the clockwise direction for now. So let's play around with the modes on the top row right there. So we are in the pretty ordinary straightforward rotations with the clockwise, counterclockwise, and automatic with the A setting right there. Let's try B setting right now, and let's just set it back down to the clockwise rotation from off to clockwise just to make sure. And let's just see with the rotation. So okay, it is rotating pretty normally at the moment. Let's just jump straight to C and see what happens with C. And then D. So obviously, we're always meant to read the user manual before tinkering with all these modes, but in the presence of trying to keep the video short and figuring things out as we go along. We will just try the modes again. Okay, so obviously these modes require more time before they start producing the desired effect or preset modes for each of them. So that's the Axis Single Automatic Watch Winder. Thanks for watching and happy winding!